Okay, sorry if I bump the couch. If this is a little bouncy, if it bounces in response to that, because I have my laptop on a spring-loaded couch right now. So, and I'm out in the living room, so I did close the windows, but it's on kind of like an old highway, like right as it comes into town. So there's, there might be like motorcycles and big trucks, and so I apologize for that noise in advance. But yeah, usually I do them in the kitchen. It's pretty far in the back of the house, so it's quieter back there. But I got some of my decks in the mail today, so I wanted to share the cards that I got, and then tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning when I get up, I'll do a hopefully I'll beat my son to it, so I'll get up first and I'll have some time to do that. Hopefully in the morning, a reading for the solstice. This is for the solstice too, but this is just like my own personal cards. But I'm going to use these same decks for a reading for you guys, and do the whole like shuffle on camera and all the magic and all that. So, but I wanted to share this and share these decks because they're very beautiful, and I think this is going to be, before I started recording, I thought, I was really getting a divine feminine energy from the decks that I think I ordered maybe 2 or 3 more, 6 or 7. And so I got 4 of them. So the ones before that came, I really got divine feminine energy. So I'm going to share that with you. And the moon was in the sky today, huge, and it was a half moon. Okay, so start off right off the bat. And I know it's dark, but you'll see, like when you, see how it lightens up. So, okay, so this had, and this is what the moon looks like right now, is a half, there's a little half moon like that, kind of. And it was in the sky all day today, huge, as we were walking around. Beautiful weather, mild, warm but mild, cool breeze, like the quintessential summer day, just perfect, beautiful. Okay, so this came like this. Excuse me. Okay, so it has these little notches that they usually don't, have the little thing remaining in there still, but it still had that. Okay, so that fell out as I was opening the box, and I thought, well, I felt like the moon was, pretty, not powerful, and just like had a presence, I guess is how I want to convey it. It just seemed like it was just huge, and in the sky it was perfectly like in half. So I don't know if it's first quarter or last quarter. If there's a full moon coming up, then it's I'm sorry, a new moon. So it would be last quarter if it's a new moon. I believe it's last quarter, yeah, because it was hard to tell because it was at an angle, so I couldn't tell if it was first or last. I'd have to look that up, but it was a very, powerful presence, but just very at ease and calm and quiet, but just powerful, like the noble goddess. Okay, so this is kind of like for you noble goddesses out there. So the moon is significant. Not only, okay, so that was the first clue before I even got started, when I was just opening the packages, taking all the plastic off the actual decks themselves. So this one, oh, there's a reflection there, but Oh, you can see it. It's Man of Delight. You see that? Can you see the reflection? Oh, no, I lost it. Anyway, might be able to see that. Yeah, just watched her. So, and interestingly enough, there was some synchronicity. She said the light switch flip thing, and I literally said that to myself yesterday. I didn't put it in a video or anything. So, you know, a lot of synchronicities, numbers, names, words. You know, energies, things are aligning, syncing. So when now I'm going to get distracted because, okay. Mama Manna. Okay, get this over here now. So this is a beautiful deck, and it's already magical. It's called Art of Life. Charlene Livingstone. Ooh, Livingstone. Well, I'm trying to see the artwork. Oh, she must have done the art. Well, no. Wait a second. No, these are famous. That's right. These are famous. I believe they're all paintings. Even the back, I think this might be part of The Kiss, and I forget what artist that is. But if this isn't that or part of it, then it's obviously the same artist, because by the style, you know. So that's the back. It's already beautiful, right? And the way the the box is opens up and is like that. So just anyway, very, very pretty. So excuse me, what came out as I was shuffling was the High Priestess, okay? And that's what happened with, I believe it was the Twin Flame Monthly for August, for this month. So I'll just read, and this is Lao Tzu. So at the center of your being, you have the answer. And this is what we say because this is what the truth is. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are and you know what you want. And wow, that confirms my dream about my twin knowing. And that's what loyalty comes from, that deep, you just know. Okay, so they know. Whether it's being expressed in the 3D or not, they know. Okay, we're mirrors. If you know, they know. If this, that, the other, we're mirrors. Okay, perfect. Reflection, same, divine spark, separated into two. There's no separation because we're rooted in oneness. Okay? Or you can say rooted in the 5D, rooted in spirit. Okay? The ether. So the High Priestess, this is, I'm trying to see the art, it's printed very small, so Gothic Window by, I'm farsighted now, wow, but okay, I think it says Odilon Redon, 1900. So, and that's in the Indianapolis Museum of Art here in the U.S. So, Gothic Window by Odilon Redon. It's probably French. Odilon Redon or something. Okay, so, but that's beautiful. Look at that. Let me look at it first. It kind of looks like, well, definitely a lot of red in there, and blue and green and gold, but there's this part right here reminds me of actually all of these kind of look like that. They are pomegranate blossoms, okay? And pomegranate is very much abundant, okay? The feminine, okay? So a lot of intuition, dreams, downloads, synchronicities, magical stuff like that, okay? 5D stuff is happening right now, especially for August, apparently, because this is the card that flew out. And same for the twin flame for August. You know, the high priestess. She keeps making her appearance just known. She's not yelling or bitching at us. You know, just like the moon. Okay, just very present, still and silent and calm and at ease, but present as hell. Present as all hell. Okay, so there's the Divine Mother right there. And just know that you know if you're a twin flame, you know who your twin flame is. You trust yourself at this point in the game. If you're, you know, resonating with me and others who are, you know, getting similar messages, then it's time to step up in your knowing and no more doubt. When that, not that doubt doesn't creep up for me, but when it starts to well up, I nip it and I like, whereas before, like, I would let it come up and feel it, but say I had more doubt to heal. Now I know when it comes up, it's just ego, old, you know, now it's like it comes up, I can recognize it and I say, no, I know what my truth is. Your team will say, remember the dream you just had? I mean, how much more like synchronicities and like we need to know. Sorry, I just bounced the so we need to know. It just right when I ended saying no, we need to know. Right after I said no, it was 12-12. So, and 12 is the divine masculine, 13 is the divine feminine. And High Priestess is number 2, but there's no cards, there's no numbers on these cards, but that is, you know, second major arcana, number 2. So at the center of your being, which is your heart, okay? If you're in your heart, then you're in truth. And you have instant access to the answer, okay? There's no doubt in who you are and what you know, what you want. And know that your twin is reflecting all of this because you are your twin. And we're all one, okay? There's reflections going on all over the place. But you and your twin are perfect mirrors. Okay, so if you don't let doubt creep in, that's going to be reflected to your twin, okay? That's going to help. And we want to help, right? We're not victims. We're no more victimhood, martyrdom, being negative. We got to keep the high vibration, the knowing, the faith, the trust in your intuition, your dreams, these messages and synchronicities you're getting. Stop letting your ego take over. You know, let it creep in because it's there to help you. It's there to, hey, check the oil, check the right. All right, we're good because I'm on top of shit. But your ego's still gonna want you to keep checking everything, and you know. But right, don't let your ego distract you, you know, too much, because just let it do its job, and know who's in control, which is, well, God. But your version of God, the closest thing is your higher self. So your spirit, your eternal. Okay, you're an eternal being of light, so your eternal self knows all this stuff, okay? It's our 3D ego mental body that's like, oh, I haven't heard from them, and, you know, as far as from what I've seen, what I can tell, he's moved on, and we know this, we know that what the 3D looks like, okay? And, you know, it is what it is, and the 3D is important too, right? Or else we wouldn't be down here. Trust, okay? We need to trust. Trust in your intuition, especially. The High Priestess is here to tell you to trust in your intuition. Okay, so when that flew out, let me just show you, okay? And don't worry about it. The Tower card was at the top. Okay. What does not destroy me makes me stronger. As long as your doubt doesn't destroy you, you'll learn and grow from it. You'll see yourself evolve, and you'll be like, wow, I used to let doubt, like I'd go crying at a migraine, and the next day you got that like crying muscle that's like dead center in your forehead that hurts. And you're like, feels like someone punched you in the forehead, and you're like, oh, why does that hurt? And then you start realizing every time you have those hard cries that muscle hurts. We need to, it's okay to cry. If you gotta cry, cry. But we don't need to be like sobbing for 4 hours and because I know when I do that, I mean, it's a purge, yeah, but then I have a headache, I'm all dehydrated and shit, I'm fucking thirsty, you know, need some electrolytes. So what does not destroy me makes me stronger. That's, okay, so that's Friedrich Nietzsche. I studied that philosopher. He's pretty cool. So Nietzsche, and this is Dreadful Parachute Drop. Viola Spencer from Le Petit Journal by unknown French artist. A private collection, 1910. Okay, so anyway, so 1910, 191. So that was the top card when the High Priestess flew out, and then Seven of Swords was on the bottom. And this is also Nietzsche, okay? Friedrich Nietzsche. One must have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. Now hold star in your thought right now. Okay, now this is Van Gogh, and I just recognize the style. I don't even have to read. But this is Road with cypresses. Oh yeah, beautiful cypress. Looks kind of like an Italian cypress. Kind of allowed to go wild a little bit. So yeah, definitely Van Gogh. You can tell by the style. If you're famous with any kind of art history at all, because he's pretty like famous. Okay, A-listing. It's beautiful, right? Trees. Hello. The fifth element. One must have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. So you have to let that doubt creep up in order to, like I said, to heal it and get past it, grow, learn from it, and we become better, stronger, wiser, more adaptable. We gain more patience and perseverance. The fortitude, being forged, you know, that strength of steel, the iron, you know, that's what's happening. We're being made stronger. It's not there to tear you down, okay? The Tower's there to get rid of the stuff out of your life that is not serving your higher self, your highest good, your purpose, okay? What you have to contribute, it's getting in the way. These things that the Tower comes in to remove, it's removing the things that are getting in the way of your higher purpose. The gift that's been bestowed upon you, especially uniquely you from God, Source Creator. Okay, so you're blocking yourself from utilizing these gifts. So the Tower's here to come in to help you and assist you. So the Seven of Swords, okay, again, but remember, Nietzsche, okay, and Van Gogh. So the Tower and the Seven of Swords both had a quote from Nietzsche. Seven of Swords and the Tower, I have synchronicity with that. Okay, so that Seven of Swords keeps coming out, right? Six of Swords was right behind it. So that's great, moving away from that. So when I opened up to the deck, see if I do it again. Oh my God, I did it. Okay, so when I opened up, just cut right into the deck randomly, I opened up to the Star card. And remember it said, Nietzsche said that you have to have chaos in order to give birth to a dancing star. and I opened up to the star card, and there's another Van Gogh painting on the star card. And this one's pretty famous. I think this is a midnight or Starry Night, yeah. And it was night something. So the Starry Night, June 1889, 88 is in there. That's my twins' year of birth. Oh my god, I was seeing so many synchronous, like license plate, double master numbers everywhere. 22, 44, 33, lots of 77, lots of sevens everywhere. Geez, it was crazy. So if thou follow thy star, thou canst not fail of a glorious heaven. Oh man, how old is this quote? That's thou canst and okay. Dante Alighieri, I believe is how you say that. Dante Alighieri. So, and this is in the Museum of Modern Art in New York in the U.S. So, if thou follow thy star. So, and you know, I associate the star card with your higher self, your spirit. Okay? The Holy Spirit, Divine Mother, guiding you with unconditional love, heart-centered consciousness, which is truth. And what is the truth? Love. And what is the only true love that there is the unconditional kind. The rest isn't actually love. Okay? So you can't go wrong. Basically, if you're led by the Spirit, you can't go wrong. All right? So, oh, the stained glass window, it's like shining. You see these like rainbow stripes right here? Oh, because the sun setting is coming from this, have like a stained glass window, old-fashioned window on the other side of the living room. Wow, cool. So, okay, so those all went together very well, didn't they? So, that was that deck. And as I was shuffling, so the Seven of Swords, that's what's getting out of your life, okay? That's that manipulative behavior. Letting others do that to you, and then you doing that in response. And so we're maintaining authenticity even if someone is throwing the Seven of Swords at us, okay? We don't retaliate, that's low vibrational stuff. We just maintain our light. That's what we do. We just stand in our power, our truth of our light, which is unconditional love. Pure unconditional love. Okay, so all right, so as I was shuffling, and I was shuffling, I'm like, okay, I don't know, are you guys gonna give me one? So I straightened out the cards to go, shuffle again, because they were starting to get kind of wonky because I was shuffling like long ways like this. So I thought, okay, so I was like, oh, okay, that one turned around, but it ended up being 3 that were together that turned around. And this was on the top, Aura of Love. And that's the color on the back. It's like a nice mauve, rose, plummy rose color. The union of light and dark. This one's important because of what it says. And of course, hello, twin flame. The union, and that's, my son's school has union, the word union in the title of his school. The union of light and dark, of earth and sky. Balancer of anima and animus. Anima and animus. The merger of 2 souls. Acknowledge the masculine and feminine. Acknowledge the masculine and feminine aspects of yourself, both yin and yang, to create a perfect balance. Oh, and I just wrote a poem, and I say perfectly balanced in it. Okay, so, and very interesting, okay, it mentions yin and yang, okay, the yin especially, because, oh, and Moon Goddess was right behind that beautiful, oh, I forgot to show you, which deck is this? This is a beautiful deck. Tony Carmine Salerno Spirit Oracle. And there's no guidebook because it's written on the back of the card, so that's really cool too. That makes it really handy, really quick and easy and efficient as far as time goes, except for me because I go on and on and on. But okay, so that was the top. Okay, beautiful, right? Then on the bottom was this. Sugar bounting, passion. Wow. Passion. Neon. And all of you King of Queens fans get that reference if you've seen every episode multiple times like I have. I don't watch TV anymore, but I used to love that show. Okay, so this says love, sexual energy, passions aroused, vital life force, kundalini, the sun, right? So, okay, so the solstice, hello. Giver of life, strength, a gift. Your gifts, hello people. New infusion of energy, something beyond your control. Surrender is the last one. Boom, shalak lock, boom. Here comes the boom of the noble goddess, right? Look, click in that heel, right? Look, catwalk stomp, brown chicka brown brown. So that's just gorgeous. Whoa, and reflection was right in front of that one, and I just used a thumbnail pick that says reflection or reflections, I think, on it. So these are the 3 cards that came out. I believe, I can't remember. I think this might have been the first one. Okay, so positive outcome. Okay. Kuan Yin, and remember that top card, Aura of Love, said Yin Yang. There's Kuan Yin. Christ consciousness. Patience. I said the Tower, not the Hangman, right? If I did, I meant to say the Tower. Yeah, so. Okay. So in the back is kind of like a buttery golden, which makes sense, right? Nice lapis lazuli. Gold, blue and gold, beautiful. You are entering a time of peace. Oh, you are entering a time of great love and peace. Be patient and allow the current storm to clear. Resurrection, no more wounds, only love predicted for the future. Only love is predicted for the future. Spiritual forecast is love. That'd be the shortest, like, series of a whatever ever, because spiritual forecast, love. You'd only have to do like one broadcast. Okay, everybody's fired. Okay, we only needed you once. I mean, pretty much that's all. You know, nothing else to say. The forecast is love, and it's always going to be the same. Love. So, you know, when you align with truth, you realize that that's all there is, and that we don't really know much. But I know love. I know that. I know who I am. It's love. Patience. I was in the grocery store, and whenever people get impatient or this or that, I talk about patience and, you know, being highest virtue, and not that I mean that my patience, of course, but a woman in the grocery store said the same thing. I was like, wow, and I didn't even say that that came organically from her, not from as a response or anything. So, you know, I to me, and the more we maintain, you'll see that we maintain low vibrations. That reflected. We want to maintain this Christ consciousness. Okay, patience, very high self-mastery virtue. And we need this on the twin flame journey. The patience is one of the biggest things I think we have to learn, you know? Because for our lifetime, 10 years is horrendously long. But in the whole grand scheme of things, how long we've existed, and it's nothing. It's a blink. It's not even a blink. It's you know? So, okay, so positive outcome. Did I read the back of that? Wow, a lot of love and peace. Okay, so this one says, there is hope. Don't give up now. Have faith. Trust. The forces of love are at work behind the scenes. Expect a joyous and positive outcome. Okay, your team is working behind the scenes. You and your twin flame, you're working behind the scenes, all right? And we're all one, so, you know. And then Kuan Yin. Beautiful, huh? If you know Jilly out here on YouTube, Jilly's, I'm going to say the name of her channel wrong, but Jilly's Art on YouTube or something like that. But it reminds me of her style. I was just thinking that when I saw this, I was like, oh, because she did another one, and she said it was for Virgo, and she changed it into something else, and I was like, oh, my twin's a Virgo, okay, and then here's this, right? So, okay, and I just got the message just now that Kuan Yin and goddess energy is coming in to assist the masculine. Okay, so in the back of this, very amethyst, purple, high vibration, noble goddess, okay? Enjoy the journey of life, right? It's about the journey. Enjoy it. The splendor. So enjoy the journey of life. Be not afraid of its mysteries. Take a chance and follow your heart. You are guided and protected by Kuan Yin, goddess of mercy, compassion, and transformation. Again, see, mercy and compassion, patience, those are very high virtues, okay? If you have been wavering about proceeding with something that is dear to you, then this is your confirmation. Just do it. I wonder if this was written before or after the Nike advertising campaign. I'm just kidding. Beautiful crown chakra colors, okay, very high vibrational, because we have, look at how pretty those colors are. Gold and like ruby kind of rose color and violet. Beautiful, right? So Jesus is here, your higher self and your team, and Kuan Yin and all the goddess energy, okay? All the golden and all the goddess. Golden, noble goddesses. You know who you are, okay? So embody that, know that. Access yourself. Just like that card this said, you know who you are. You know what you want. At the center of your being, you have the answer. The high priestess, the goddesses, they're here to tell you this Christ consciousness. Your higher self, your team, your twin flame, okay? Okay, so now the butterfly. This is Doreen Virtue's butterfly. Butterflies have been coming to me so much in my 3D matrix reality waking dream. So, and the pictures are beautiful. So I felt called to get this deck, and then realized, oh, it has a gilded edge, so that's beautiful. So, and that's the back. Okay, so join in was at the bottom, keep the faith was right behind it. Wow, and look at the color of this butterfly. It's like that orange and blue. It's kind of that's kind of the background one, but wow, it's beautiful, right? Join in. Time to connect, reconnect to yourself, to the earth, Holy Spirit, Divine Mother, the goddess energy. Okay, yeah, this is the ones. So there were also, these I believe flew out, but there were 3 stuck together. So I showed you the bottom. Oh, and the next top was self-employment. Okay, so all you entrepreneurial goddesses out there, maybe a new business venture, okay? Maybe that has something to do with spirituality or goddess stuff. So, but to employ yourself to get involved and join in, right? Because it says join in on the bottom, and then self-employment. So, you take the initiative to be a part of something, your community, whatever it is. So retirement, that's interesting because I just had to print out my retirement statement for a worker, and so it was just, I'm gathering up all these documents and I had to print that out, so that's funny that came up, retirement. But it came with self-care too. So retirement, like when you retire to go to bed at night, So this is saying, maybe you need some rest with the self-care. Incorporating some naps or just some deep meditative, where you're actually laying down, where maybe you don't fall asleep and take a nap, you set a timer for 20 minutes or whatever it is, but you close your eyes, you relax, take your shoes off, and just, just go into that theta, I guess is what they call it. I don't know. But, maybe before you retire to go to bed at night, you do your self-care ritual. So maybe there's some routines that the Divine Feminine needs to start incorporating to take care of her physical body, whether that's diet and exercise, whether it's to make sure you take those Dead Sea salt or salt baths or jacuzzi baths, or however you do it, if you have a hot tub, and maybe you need to get it up and running, do that so you can have your routine of self-care and really implement that as like part of your routine, just like your kids going to school, okay? It's part of the routine. You get up at a certain time, we have to do this for ourselves, okay? Because we're goddesses, that's what we do. We love ourselves. We pamper ourselves, self-care, because we're the mothers. We're like the breast, the nipple that feeds, nourishes everyone. If we don't give back to ourselves, we're going to be depleted, because, sometimes there's not someone that helps, fill us up. So we got to go to source and self, okay? Our immediate source, which is higher self, okay? Listen to that intuition. It's going to also tell you, go take that bath and exfoliate, do your thing, right? Nurture yourself. Very important. It's not just like, oh, nurture yourself. No, this is very important, okay? It's if it comes up and comes up and comes up, it's because it's important. I mean, for some people it's life and death, and it's cardiac arrest, and so because we're not taking care of ourselves. And heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States, and it's the #1 killer of women worldwide. So this is what I'm saying when it's important. These aren't just some fairy, fluffy, fun little butterfly cards. They're that too. But it's a serious message. Okay, we really need... Don't make it be an effort to... But whatever you can do, incorporate something. I feel like a routine of it is really important for us. Really having a steady routine, whether it's once a week, once a month, whatever it is. You go to a special yoga class once a month or something to where you look forward to this self-care. We have to start looking forward to self-care. So, you know, maybe for some people you might want to cut all your long hair off, so you just, you know, self-care is easier and quicker, and that will give you that boost that you need. So beautiful. Thank you team for reminding me, because there was a very important message with this card and I almost forgot to show it. Seeking and finding. The main message that stood out to me in this one is what you're seeking is seeking you. It literally says that in the booklet. Okay, what you're seeking is seeking you. So seeking and finding, it's saying it goes together. If you seek it, you will find it. Because that's the energy that you're radiating. Okay? So as you're calling in that thing that you want, it reflects that and calls you in. What you seek is seeking you. Your twin flame. So those were the butterflies, and we had one more. I didn't even pull a card because we had a little special one in this particular deck, unless there's someone else out there that has this deck that can tell me otherwise, but they forgot to trim one of these, which is very interesting. Okay, I just started writing a poem. I was like, I'm going to write a poem to my twin flame. I've never done that before. And so it just started flowing out of me. And I have 4 beautiful lines. I might share a little excerpt or just the beginning. I'm going to work on it a little bit more. But I'm not going to... If I do share it, it's not going to be in this video. But this card... just confirmed that was, and then when I got self-employment, retirement, I was like, well, the self-employment, okay, the writing, the poetry and stuff, because this card, okay, that's the description one. This is the last card in the deck, and for whatever reason, and I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but it was trimmed a little bit too short. Can you see the edge of right here? Okay. So this is the last card, 39, Ren. And if you think WR, okay, Ren, written. Okay, so it's this is the Ren card. These are beautiful watercolor. This is Bird Tribe deck. So I was like, oh, they didn't round the corners off on that one. But what I realized was that this was cut shorter. It was cut short. It was like, I'm getting a message personally that my poetry and writing was cut short. Yeah. Before it ever got off the ground and got developed, because I needed to do all this healing and get in a sacred space, and now that's going to flourish. And so just the W and the R, the Ren, the writing. Okay, so, and then I go to, And the fact that it's trimmed weird, right? Okay, and it's the last card in 39, and 3, 6, 9 are very important numbers to me, but and it reduces to 3 because 9s are self-canceling. In the description of this card in the booklet, it literally says poetry writing. It's talking about writing, and poetry specifically it mentions. Okay. And just the fact that Ren and write and, okay, the way the word starts, right? So I didn't even shuffle this deck because that stood out right away because I'm a perfectionist. I'm like, but then I thought, okay, everything's divine, just like what happened with my appointment this morning. The ride got canceled, this, that, and it ended up being just like a beautiful day. I took my son, we walked around, we got some veggie pizza down the street, and just went and sat in the tennis courts and stared at the trees and watched the dragonflies and listened to the creek behind us, and it smells so good because the berries are all like, not all ripe, but so many of them are ripe, so it has that sweet blackberry scent, and it was so gorgeous. So I don't even know where I was going with that, but it was just, everything's divine, right? Because the canceling, the appointment, everything this morning, but it was fine because everything's divine. If you're late, if something gets canceled, switched up, mixed around, it's divine. Or else it'd be another way, because God's in charge, right? And we trust in God, source creator. So this card of this deck, I happen to get this particular deck for a reason. Because writing that poetry is very important for me. Because that's really what I am. You know, that's my gift. And I just want everyone to find their gift. So many people probably pass on. Maybe they have to come back because they never. That's one of the things, is finding your gift and sharing that with the world. And that's part of your dharma and your life lessons and your karma. If you don't do that, you have to come back and make sure you utilize that gift. So I encourage everyone, I implore you. And I'm self-imploring myself. That's a self sandwich. And I'm self-imploring. Right? Self-employment. Okay. Trust in your ability. Get to know yourself. And trust in who you are so you can find those gifts. And you'll have the courage to utilize them. You know, just have faith in yourself too. It's not just having faith in God and the process, and have faith in yourself. Have faith in your gifts. Have faith in your intuition. Have faith that you can incorporate some self-care into your life and make it a routine and really make it a permanent part of your life, and that'll evolve and grow. Your self-care itself, you give birth to it and it evolves and grows and becomes its own thing, and you explore this avenue of self-care, and the magical things will happen there. Okay, so as long as it's for your highest, greatest good, it's for the highest, greatest good of all. And Gaia, Mother Nature, the universe, everything supports that, and you'll see evidence of that. Okay, when you engage with that high vibration. Christ consciousness, heart-centered, noble goddess. All right, we need to love ourselves, take care of ourselves, trust what we know. All right. So I just wanted to share those cards that I got for myself. I'll probably be using all of these same decks. Maybe some of my other ones if I'm called, but I really want to use these same ones and do a reading for you guys with your own specific cards, shuffling all that for the summer solstice. So hopefully I'll be able to get to that in the morning, or at least some point tomorrow, but I really want to do it with some fresh energies first thing in the morning. But I wanted to share these beautiful cards, these new decks that I got, and just the messages, how they all lined up. So I love you guys. Peace be upon you all, and blessings to each and every one of you.